Hey guys, we're back with another video. Well, y'all can see that it's put together, and I think y'all can see kind of some hints at what happened. I am skipping a little bit of the work that was done just because it was so tedious and boring. So, let's get to the fun end of this video. So in the last video, we had got it to run on starting fluid. And what we discovered, or what I discovered, I pulled the carburetor off, and it was absolutely full of dirt daubers. But I boiled it to see if it'd come back. And after this has been boiled, I did clean this heavily. It just won't come any cleaner. But basically where I stopped was I couldn't get the jets, these little guys, to come clean. And it was just as much for a rebuild kit for that carburetor as a whole new carburetor was. And I didn't have an air box for the bike, unfortunately. Then I discovered the fuel petcock was junk. It's supposed to have a diaphragm in there. It was junk. And the gas cap was junk. So after I'd done all that discovering, I just decided it'd be easier to order a carburetor, order a fuel petcock, and order a gas cap. So I'd done some cleaning. I pressure washed the motor real heavily. Put a new fuel petcock on it. I cleaned the tank with a pressure washer. Changed the carburetor, new air box too. Heavily cleaned that engine. And after a little bit of tuning and a good bit of work, first pull every time. Y'all can see that little bit of smoke. One of the main problems I faced was I would get it to crank, but it would only run for about a second and shut off. And what it was, you can actually see I damaged that this arrestor right here. The spark arrestor was slap full of dirt daubers. So I had to pull the spark arrestor off, which was a process in itself because it was froze on by time. And cleaned it all out. And then it was running. Actually, for a short period of time, I ran it with the drain plug pulled out of the bottom of the muffler to prove that it was actually the spark arrestor. One second, guys. Yeah. So what I actually done, you see this little plug here? I pulled it out, and when I done that, it would actually run for, a few seconds at a time. Of course, it didn't have a gas cap or anything, or a gas tank or anything, so it didn't really have the ability to run for long periods of time. But I just got in the fuel petcock and the gas cap today. I got the carburetor in a week ago, so that wasn't, I'd already put that on. But yeah, I've finally got it all put together. I might post a video of it running without the gas tank and all on it when I first got it to crank and run for longer periods of time. Another thing, one of the reasons you're probably seeing it smoke so heavily is I'm running 32-to-1 in here, which is pretty heavy if the oiling system does work. But from what I've read and from what I know from owning two-stroke four-wheelers, that should be about the right premix to run if that oiling system isn't working. You can see I got oil in there. And the reason it's only that full is because that is on the fill line. So I know if it goes below that fill line that the oiling system is properly functioning and using oil. But so far I haven't seen it move, and I have rode it like 2 hours today, so, which off and on, mind you. I mean, I'm a full-size adult and this really isn't the four-wheeler for me, but I have been riding it. So to cut to the chase, give me just a second, guys, and I will get it cranked and get it moving. All right, so first order of business, once you sit down on this thing, park and brake engaged, pull the pull cord. And since this is a 1-speed, I actually can videotape while sitting on it. So, I did do a speed test earlier. It does about 11 miles an hour. But does run, does ride. Isn't slow, actually. Oh Lord, that's a big hole. Does smoke a little bit, you know. I know y'all can't really see it. I'll show y'all real quick. Pay attention. Not smoking too heavy right now. I'll see if you can see it. Nope. But yeah, little thing is running. I don't know what y'all would like to see next on it. I do know I'm gonna plan on starting to work on these brakes, and if the oiling system isn't working, I guess I will have to dive into that and study on how you get the oiling system to work on these little things. Like I said, this bike's really too small for me, and I probably will add some clips of me riding it that my grandfather took earlier. So, but you know, when there is some children that want to ride it, they'll have it to ride. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments. Clip of the bike when I initially got it running on its own fueling system.